Hey guys. All right. Who loves roller coasters? Well, I used to love roller coasters, but the older I get, the worse my motion sickness gets. So I love them, but they don't love me anymore. Anyway, Jen Hatmaker, who is a writer and speaker and blogger, used an analogy once that really stuck with me. And she said that if our kids happen to jump on an emotional roller coaster, that we can choose to stay on the platform. We do not have to get on that crazy train with them. It was really the perfect visual for me because I realized that I often escalate a situation, sometimes even to violence in the past with one of our kiddos, um, because I got on that crazy train with her. So I remember, for instance, when I was newer to this whole connected parenting situation, that I would do something like give choices, like, would you like snack A or snack B? And the child would throw a fit because he didn't want snack A or snack B, and or he didn't want to choose, or he wanted choice C. And he would yell and scream, I don't want any of those, and or say silly things like, you're such a mean mom. And I would get so frustrated at that response because the tool wasn't working the way it had been laid out in the book. Like, you read, like, you give choices to kids and you're sharing control, and then they'll pick one and it'll be great. But of course, it doesn't always go that way. And so instead of me continuing to have a connected response, if I would offer a connected tool and it wasn't received well by my child, then my voice would get louder and I would restate, you know, I said you could have snack A or snack B. And my body language would get all rigid and my face would get angry and my voice would get louder and my blood pressure would rise and I would hop right on that crazy train. And or while making the demand, either you make choice A or choice B, or you're not getting any at all, or whatever it was. Or I would launch into a lecture of how I was trying to help and why couldn't he just be appreciative of all of the research I was doing, and I was trying to be a better mom, and he was supposed to be grateful that I was even offering choices because I could have just smacked a snack in front of him on the table. And why was he treating me like this when I was trying so hard? And why couldn't he just and appreciate the options, and on and on and on and on and on. I mean, come on. If you've been there with me, just go ahead and comment, I have a season pass to the roller coaster in the comments. And I am right there with you, friend. But here's the thing, you can stay on the platform. I can stay on the platform. We all can stay on the platform together. We can hold each other and pull you to stay onto the platform as you're leaping onto the crazy train. We can do that for each other. Um, Here's how you do that. You can just state whatever the situation is. Maybe it's a choice. Maybe you're waiting for someone to ask respectfully for something, whatever it is. And then you kind of state what the deal is and you wait. So now I'll say your options are A or B. And then I just wait. And if someone decides I need to get on that crazy train, I just kind of hunker down and wait. And they can get on the longest roller coaster of their life, or it can be a short ride, but I will be right on the platform waiting for when they get back. Because remember, those roller coasters, they go off, they do all kinds of crazy things, and then where they always come back to the station every single time. Here's the thing, this is also where you really need to know your kid and how your kid reacts to your thing. So a more fragile kid, or a child who doesn't have as many of these tools because maybe your family is new to connected parenting, may need some reminders about, if you'd like a different choice, you can ask for a compromise. Or, oh, it looks like you're having some really big angry feelings. Can I help you calm down? Or looks like you need a hug. Or, kind of breaking off from the original situation and kind of meeting their needs where they are, meeting their emotional needs, whatever it is. If you've kind of been at this for a while and maybe your child isn't as fragile, you can just wait and they'll start to gather and access those resources that you've been practicing with them, and they're able to figure out how to calm down. And sometimes kiddos, especially kiddos with more reactive natures, need you to take a step back, because you stepping in and trying to help them manage their situation makes them react and escalate even further. So they might just need you to step back. You might even try something like, I'm happy to give you choice A or choice B. I'll be in the kitchen doing dishes or whatever. Just come find me and say ready when you're ready to make your choice. So just remember, especially if you're new to connected parenting, these things take some time to break in. So it might feel worse before it gets better. There might be a little bit of an adjustment period. Also, our kids don't heal or make progress linearly. And so what I mean by that is you might do this really well, or he or she might do this really well for a whole week, and then you'll have a tough week. And then you can be a detective about, maybe why there's something going on that is, making them less able to access that skill, or, maybe it's a traumaversary, or, something else stressful is going on or something like that. But even if there's something not like that going on that's really obvious, sometimes we spiral in and out of kind of being able to use those tools. And so a good week with a kid doesn't mean you'll have good weeks forever, unfortunately, but it means that there might be a backslide and then you'll come back to it, and you kind of work back and forth, and with a gradual increase towards more and more successes as you go. So speaking of success, I've been talking about this over in my Facebook group. If you pop over there, it's called Essentially Connected Parenting, and the link to it is in the description of the video. And you can just search for the hashtag winning, and you can see all the different conversation threads that have started up. There's just one right now, but there's going to be some more if you're watching this video after the day it was published. So one of the things that I want to do is work to put together a list of things that we can call wins throughout the day, and so that we can be on the lookout for them and kind of think through, what does winning look like? And realize that we have a lot of wins throughout the day. Sometimes, we're too tired, or we're too exhausted, or we're too just discouraged to even think that there's anything winning going on. So I want to have that list available to you guys so that you can, paste it all over your house and be on the lookout for those. Also remember, we can't control our kiddos or their response. So remember that success in connected parenting does not mean a perfect response from our kiddos. We can't control them, but we can control ourselves. So we can choose to stay on that platform and not get on the crazy train. I love to hear your thoughts. Again, if you have ideas on what winning looks like, and it can be just little things like every time my child looks me in the eye, that's a win. Feel free to comment on the video or come over and join us on Facebook, or you can reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter at @MACorkum. All the links for those are in the description of the video. I will also pop a link to a video from Amy and Michael Monroe of Empowered to Connect, and they have some thoughts about what success has meant to them in their parenting journey. So that wraps up tonight's video, or this week's video, and I will see you next Friday.